So in this video, what I'm going to do is show you how to edit or add a new user to the site. Okay, so we're on the dashboard in the back end of the site, and we are going to go into users. See where it says users? And the first thing we're going to do is edit, just for you to know how to do it. Well, we're going to edit an existing user. So in order for us to do that, we are going to click on all users. And right now, we have a couple of them with different roles, okay? So John Smith, I suspect, is someone you used in order to do some test sales, okay? And you see his role is a customer, okay? Then Charlie, that must be actually me. And that would be my login with my email, and I'm an administrator. So this is me right here. Then here, Lady Wellness is the user that I created, I think, a couple of days ago, so that you could get on the back end, and you're an administrator as well. And then PY Cheris, well, which is you. I would suspect that you tried to do some purchasing, so that added you as a customer. Okay, so let's just say you want to change your main. I guess the first thing we can do is look up the administrator roles. Okay, so change, which I'm selecting now. So it'll help us sort out. Oh, okay, obviously it doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. I'm going to click if I can. All right, looks like I can't. So anywho, that's fine. What I'm going to do here is edit your administrator information as a first assignment, and then I'll bring it back to the way that it was. Okay, so in order for me to do that, I'm going to go to Lady Wellness and edit right below. And this is where we can change certain things about your specific profile. The first thing we can do is, if you don't like that bar on top, you can check here. And then if you would do that, then and save, that bar will disappear. But I wouldn't advise for you to do that when you're logged into WordPress. Actually, yeah, show toolbar right here. So all these two, you don't need to change any of that. Once a user is created, usually you cannot change the username. The username is unchangeable. If you want to change the username, then you would have to erase the whole user profile and start a new one with the username that you'd like. So this we cannot change. Here you can change your role. You know, if you want to be a shop manager, subscriber. This is the reason why obviously they have that, is to allow different levels of access to the site. So for example, an author may not have the same access as an administrator. Maybe the virtual assistant that you will have, you know, you could have her as an editor more than an administrator. If she's an editor, she'll have most likely access to your blog posts and pages, but she probably won't have access to your store and your gateway information. Okay, so this is what's there. So for now, you're an administrator, so you can leave it that way. If you want to change your name, which you don't have to, but here you can change your nickname. Now, your nickname is what shows up on the site should you do something in front of the site or for the public, like a comment or things like that. Usually the nickname shows up. Okay, so this is what you have here, and then obviously the way that you want it to be displayed publicly would be here for you to select. So let's just say, I'm not so sure what we can edit here, but basically this is where you would edit certain things. If you want to add more information about your Facebook, your social media, your picture, could do that there as well. And now, I guess the most important one is if you want to change your password. So we are within your login now. So in order to change your password, all you would have to do is go in, as we've done, and then you would go right here, okay? And what you would do here is generate password, okay? And here you would give a password. Now, once you change the password here and you log out, if you try and log in, it won't allow you to log in with the older password. You're going to have to know what your new password is, okay? So this is where you would do the change, right here, where it says new password. Put in the password, make sure they're strong enough, and then you would go down and update user, okay? Update user. And then once you logged out, then you would have to remember what that new password is. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything here. I'm going to cancel, and I'm not even going to save anything. It was just to show you where your user information is and where you would go in order to change your password. Okay, so again, you would be right here. I'm going to go back to the main user page, and you are located right here, Lady Wellness, Charlie at ladywellnesscoach.com, and you are an administrator. That is your login information right here, and then you're an administrator. Now, if you want to add a new user, all you would have to do is click on Add New, and then put in the information. So what username you would put the information there, the email. There needs to be an address. If you want to use the same email that you're using for your account, that's fine. This means that that user may not have access to the emails that would be sent to you. So I suspect you want to use an email that you will have access to and that virtual assistant would have access to as well. So they will be here. And then the first name, last name, website, you don't need to put anything here. And then here, password. This is where you would change the password or actually create the password. Now, they give you a password because it's super strong, but boy, to remember this is a pain. So obviously, if you want to come up with a strong password, but something that's easy to remember, that's why you would put in the information. If not, or you want to use that password right here, that's fine. You can use that. Leave it the way that it is, right? And then you would add new user. Okay, and then once you're done, they should get an email. You see, said the new user an email about their account. They would get an email. Now, the thing that's important though is this: what role will they have? And this is where you would decide the type of role. I would suggest for a virtual assistant, depending if you want them to work on your store and have financial information, then I guess you want to make them either a shop manager. If they're more of a editing, working with your blog post. Then I would make them more of an author or editor, one of the two. Now, if you want to give them full access, then you make them an administrator. Okay, so this is where all the different roles are, and this is what you would have to do. If you don't change anything, they're gonna be added as a subscriber, and the issue is that they probably won't have access to not much, but just the login. That's probably all they will have access to, and their account, on the front end as a regular customer. Regular commenter. Okay, so this is where again you would create or add a new user to your WordPress site. Alrighty.